Hello there, David Senyo Ahiaba from Ghana. Come to your space one more time. Happy New Year from Ghana Table Tennis Association. On behalf of all Ghanaians, I want to wish everyone listening to me out there a happy, prosperous New Year. I hope you had a good time in 2025. Well, maybe it wasn't, as expected for you, but I think that whatever it is, if you can see me or you can hear my voice, you should thank God, for life. They say where there's life, there's hope. I come to your space one more time to give you some interesting information. I want to look at what happened in 2025 as far as Ghana Table Tennis Association's activities are concerned. So, in February 2025, Ghana Table Tennis Association presented one candidate for the ITTF Level 3 Coaching Course in Tunisia. This coaching course was for, all level 2 coaches in Africa. Level 2 coaches with a star. You need to have a star to qualify for level 3. And fortunately, David Senyo Ahiaba, who you can see on your screen, qualified. I had my level 2 coaching course in Nigeria way back 2019, and I passed with a star. So in 2025, I was qualified for the level 3, and it was successful. I passed the exams one more time in Tunisia, and I'm proud. And I thank everyone who helped me, one way or the other, to get to Tunisia and get that done. Then, in that same month in February, Ghana Table Tennis Association took part in the Africa Cup. So we had Cynthia Kwabi, Joanita Borteye, and Aklie. They were also in Tunisia from the 25th to the 27th of February 2025. And they did their best, in the African Cup Championship. Then in June, from 6th to 9th June, Ofori Addo, who is one of the great international umpires in Ghana, he was selected to officiate in the WTT Championship. That is the WTT Youth Contender. This event happened in Sweden, and Eric was the only Ghanaian umpire and the only Ghanaian umpire from West Africa, in that competition. And he did so well. He represented Ghana so well. Kudos to Eric. Then in July, from the 16th to the 19th, GTTA took part in the West Africa Regional Championship. This event happened in Lagos. And guess what? The senior national team, the female team, they had bronze. And that qualified them, for the Africa Championship, which I'll talk about later. Right. So then in Nigeria, we also had a Hopes Championship from the 20th to 25th July. The West African Championship was 19th to 16th to 19th. And then from 20th to 25th July was the Africa Hopes Championship. And last year, Israel Aklie was in Botswana. 2024, I beg your pardon. 2024, Israel was in Botswana and he was the Africa Hopes champion. So in 2025, he took part in the Africa Hopes Championship in Lagos and he got a bronze medal. So that was it for him. Then there was also the WTT in Lagos from the 22nd to the 25th of July, 2025. And guess what? Ghana made history. You may want to tell. Ghana made history. We had the the likes of James Marfo and Emmanuel Kome. They were in the semifinals. And this is the first time Ghana Table Tennis Association ever, got players in the WTT semifinals. This feat, was recognized by the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. So later in the year, this duo, Emmanuel Kome and James Marfo, popularly known as Mosquito, they had a SWAG award. So 2025 SWAG award winners, they made history by getting to the semi-final stage of the WTT championship or WTT Contender in Lagos. Well, as if that was not enough, Ghana presented 3 international umpires for the advanced umpires training and then the advanced rules examination. So these 3 umpires were David Senyo Ahiaba, Eric Ofori Addo, and Richmond Aguirre. I mean, there were online sessions, but the last part was on the 26th of July. That was when we had the last part in Lagos. And after the training, the last session of the training, there was the ARE. And fortunately, the 3 umpires presented, by the GTTA, all of them passed the ARE. Then these 3 officiated in the Africa Youth Championship, that is from the 27th to 3rd August, and then also the African Cup in Lagos from the 4th to the 5th of August. These 3 umpires officiated, and because they passed the ARE, they officiated in the African Championship, and fortunately, they got good evaluation. So the 3 are now blue badge in progress umpires, what they call the BBP umpires. And that is also one great achievement for GTTA to have 3 umpires being blue badge in progress umpires. Hopefully, they would get the necessary evaluations needed, and in the next few years they would become blue badge umpires. Then we also had the African Youth Games in Algeria. This was from the 27th to the 31st of July. And Coach Eva Ampa took Michael Japon, Mensah, and then AC Abedu to Algeria for this championship. And Michael Japon, Mensah, won a bronze medal for the singles event. He did so well that this also merited a SWAG award. So later in the year, 2025, Michael also joined, the SWAG award winners. It was the promising player, and that was really really good. And it's the first time he's winning the SWAG award. So that was it for Michael. Then there was the ITTF Hopes Week Challenge in Sheffield, but Israel qualified to take part in the ITTF World Hopes Week Challenge in Sheffield, but his visa delayed, so he could not go to Sheffield for the for the World Hopes Week and Challenge. He missed out on it, but he got a chance to go for a training tour in the UK, and this training tour was really really interesting. Just before then, from the 12th to the 19th of October, the senior female team, led by Eva Ampa, the players were Cynthia Kwabi, Eva Adoma Mankwa, Joanita Borteye, and Bernice Bole Bokwe, BBB. These players made history one more time. This female team in Tunisia from the 12th to the 19th of October they got to the quarterfinal stage of the African Championship, the ITTF African Championship. And this qualified Ghana to take part in the 2026 ITTF World Team Championship in London. So this year, we are now in a new year. This year, Ghana is going to take part in the ITTF World Team Championship in London. We are hoping that they'll make the best out of this opportunity. Now let's get back to Israel. So when he missed out on the Hopes Weeks and Challenge, which was a week's program, ITTF thought it wise to give him the opportunity to go for a training tour in the UK. And this training tour, was really interesting. I took Israel there, so I can speak to it. We moved, to Sheffield, and then from Sheffield, we went to Grantham. So in Sheffield, we were in the English Institute of Sport, where we had the likes of Coach Carlo, Coach Matas, giving Israel a lot of training and a lot of things to remember that would make his game better. There were other coaches too. We had the Brazilian para team. They were also there for a training camp. So we joined them. And then after the third day, their camp was over. They were there before we got there. So after the third day, then they left. But we continued, with the training with both the England youth team who were preparing for, championship in Romania and then training camp in China. So we joined them. Israel and I joined them for the camp, and it was really, really interesting. When we finished with the camp in Sheffield, then we went to Grantham, the Grantham College Table Tennis Academy. There we had Coach Graham Vidal and Coach Oli Tyndall. These two coaches, helped to give Israel and myself a lot of table tennis lessons. It was really, really nice, to be in the college and then also to join them in their training. They are, one group that anybody who wants to, take their players to the UK to train. I think the Grantham College Table Tennis Academy is one sport that you can get a very good, a very good facility, and then the coaches who would help you to do the training. When we came back from UK, then Israel went to China. He was in China with Cynthia Kwabi and Joanita Borteye for the ITTF Global Youth Training Camp. This happened in Chengdu from the 3rd to the 13th of December. The Sheffield program was from the 8th of November to the 21st. That was, how long we stayed in the UK for the training camp. And then Israel also had this 10 days training camp in Chengdu. So it was really good for him, right from the Europe, then he went to Asia. And there too, he met, a lot of players from around the world. This was more, global than the UK. So he met a lot of players from there. And the experience he gained, and, together with the other players like Joanita and Cynthia Kwabi, we are hoping that, all these lessons will help Ghana table tennis to get better. Now, to wrap it all, there was the African Youth Games, or the Anoka Games in Angola. This event was from the 10th to the 16th of December 2025. And we had Coach Eva Ampa there with Michael Yeboah and Emerald Borteye. Well, they could not get to the medal zone, but the experience was good. And guess what? We also had a Ghanaian umpire. She was the only umpire from West Africa. No, so the second umpire, there were two umpires from West Africa. She and one Yuan Day from Nigeria. They were from West Africa. And they officiated in the Africa Youth Games in Angola. So this was about it. There was also the Ghana UK Sports Day. So uh, GTT organized a mini event for 8 players, 4 boys, 4 girls, from the on the 25th of November, and that was also interesting. To have people coming from the UK and all of that. So it's like the Commonwealth countries, and that was also great. This about it for 2025. If you are watching or you are listening out there, and there's anything that you can do, to help the Ghana Table Tennis Association, I would implore you to do so, because it's good, to be good. And the players are hoping, and GTT is hoping that the needed support will come, from the government or from the ministry, from the sports enthusiasts or the embassies, you know, or any group that wants to support the Ghana Table Tennis Association. We are hoping that, with the needed support and the right environment to operate, Ghana would soon produce, a senior African champion to add to the number. We used to do that. And the last time Ghana produced a senior African champion was in 1980, and that was Esther Lamptey. We also had Iyekwe. He was, the first to win the African championship, the late Iyekwe. And then we had Ethel Jacks. She won it, 3 times, and that is really good. Apart from these three, we haven't had a senior player winning the Africa, title. But Israel did well by winning the cadet, but we are hoping to get that of the senior level too. And with the right infrastructure, with the right, environment, with the right support, it's not one person's job. It's a shared responsibility. So if you love table tennis, or you know someone who loves table tennis, who can help Ghana Table Tennis Association, move from where it is right now to a higher level, our doors are open. I want to seize this opportunity to thank, you know, Mr. Malco Wafajino, who is the leader for the Ghana Table Tennis Association, where we've had, some issues, with the association, but by and large, I hope that things like that would be a thing of the past, and then we can, forge forward with one music and then one band. I also want to thank ITTF, for all the support they've given to Ghana Table Tennis over the years, helping Ghana Table Tennis Association to get the needed personnel, sometimes they support with equipment, and the training camp in UK and in China wouldn't have been possible if ITTF was not in the picture. Special thanks goes to Michael Anderson and Dora Jala for the training camp. And of course, Ramsey Mabruk, the coach expert for the level 3, and Coach Jose who is the coach of Darko. They organized the level 3 coaching course in Tunisia. I was there. I want to say I'm grateful to them. Then I'm also grateful to Omar. Omar is doing a fantastic job in ITTF. I mean, the whole staff of ITTF is doing well, but the ones we interact with or we know, we want to say we appreciate them. Africa, we can't leave you out. Our great Oshodi, you are doing a great job. We are solidly behind you, and I want to thank all the ATTF executive, Professor Karu, and all the executive out there. I want to thank you for helping, the sport of table tennis get better. There's always room for improvement. So we are hoping that everyone out there would join the ship of change, and Africa would soon make a huge mark I want to thank everyone for listening. In case I left you out, you know, we appreciate you. Thank you for all the efforts, everything you have done. May you be blessed. But there's more blessing in giving than in receiving. One more time, this has been David Senyo Ahiaba, and I'm wishing you a fruitful 2026. My heart and love goes to you. I love you. God bless. See you on the happy side. Happy people. Take out the stress and play the game of table tennis. And when you do, you will thank me later because it's one sport that it has less injury, but the benefit thereof are enormous. Some argue that it's the best, sports for the brain, and you can check that out. I mean, if you look at the speed of the ball and you're able to play that, you're able to react, with the ball, see the speed of the ball, then you can imagine how sharp, you could be working on your brain and how you can deal with life situations, as they come. Remember that with the right mind, you can always be what you want to be. May God bless everyone. And thank you so much for listening. It was good traveling around the world. They say if you don't travel, it's like if traveling is like a book. If you don't travel, you read only one page. I wish that we all get a chance, to make it work. Thank you to all the coaches, all the officials, and all the enthusiasts, in Ghana who are helping in one way or the other. I want to thank you all for a good 2025. But let's not rest on our oars. Let's get us together, let's get things together and then let's make it better. Thank you so much for listening and ciao. Bye bye for now.